Nothing more.
Nothing more. Okay.
Well, I went to Egypt. As I told you last time. I went to Egypt in
Yeah.
'99. Amazing place. Food fantastic. Lebanese food is like even better. But more than that, I mean, you have Petra in Jordan, and then you have like fantastic places. But I mean, where to stop?
Exactly. We had event in Egypt last year as well. So we discussed a few interesting points last time. I wanted to do a little different points this time. I actually went and I found some different kind of points that are very rare actually. We all know Egypt by the name of Egypt, and we feel that this is the name Egypt always have had, but that's not the fact. Egypt is an ancient Greek word, basically. Greeks started calling this land Egypt uh, first time. It was not Egypt, and Egypt was the United Arab Republic from 1958 to 1971. It was joined by Syria, Palestine, and North Yemen. I don't think many people know about it, and it's not a very old history actually. Yeah. Other than that, Egyptian economy is based on agriculture, petroleum, natural gas, and most interestingly, media.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
media.
would say tourism.
Yeah, but surprisingly, it's media, and media is not something which gives a lot to economy. But in Egypt, it is one of the biggest industries, giving a lot to its economy. Only 2% of Egyptian are rich. 40% of them are below the poverty line, which is about $2 a day. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and coming to Lebanon, Lebanon was conquered by Ottomans, and it was under their rule for 400 years.
Yep.
And after fall of the empire, it went in under a French mandate. And in 1941, it was occupied by Germans. And only in 1948, it became independent and became Lebanon. And we all know Lebanon is a country that has been fighting many things for a while, and they are very strong people, and we are here actually today to help these people finding more options in the world, other opportunities that are around them.
Yeah.
So let's see what from Lebanon today, what kind of interest we get from Lebanon today. Jordan. Jordan is classified as a highly human developed with the upper middle class in income economy. And the major countries, center countries, major economy exists on medical tourism in the region. Interestingly, never thought Jordan being a place for medical tourism, but there you go.
No.
No.
With that,
No.
we have a few people, and I see already few hands raised as well and questions coming. So let's start the show. We'll go live with the show now. Hello and welcome to Global Investment. Uh, Hello and welcome to Global Investment Real Estate and Residency Show, Phase 2. Uh, This is an exclusive event brought to you by TEG Media, a company that specializes in organizing live and online events. I'm a director and co-founder and a part of this exceptional team. And my name is Abdul Basit, and I'm your host today. By the end of the show, you all will know how to relocate to USA with your family by investing into a business. You will also know how to become a European citizen by investing into a real estate in Portugal. Uh, People who have joined us, please feel free to ask questions in question answer section below and on YouTube live chat, please. With that, without further ado, I would like to introduce our speakers to have all your questions answered. We have been receiving quite a few questions. What are the investments and how long will it take? How long do I have to stay there? How can I relocate there with my family? How can I adjust my family? What are the education options? So our speakers would be happy to answer all your questions and tell you more about these options. Without more waiting, I would like to introduce our first speakers for for the night who are representing Star Luxury Real Estate from Portugal. We have two lovely ladies with us, Miss Lucia Rusetskaya and Miss Katerina Bakhchiwanji. Miss Lucia has been living in Portugal since 2001 and is working in real estate since 2007. She started Star Real Estate in 2008, and she's here today to help us with her immigration issues. Joining her is her colleague, Miss Katerina. Katerina has an experience of working in real estate since 2012. She has worked in tourism, speaks English, Portuguese, and Russian, and is always ready to help us with the investment process and make them easier and comfortable for us. Hello and welcome, ladies. How are you doing today?
Hello. Hello. Good evening. Hello, everybody. We're very happy to stay here with you. Today, we will speak about Portuguese program Golden Visa. This program permits foreign investor to get Portuguese residence permit by buying the properties in Portugal. And very important that this program starts just from 280,000 euros. And all family can get Portuguese residence permit. And after 5 years, you can apply for Portuguese citizenship. Now my colleague Katerina will explain for you everything about Golden Visa in Portugal.
So now we're going to speak about what you didn't know about Golden Visa and investment in Portugal, and also about new rules which we are expecting already from the 1st of January 2022. So next year, let's start. So we have here 4 main types of investment in Portugal. Real estate investment, direct investment, business, and investment in science and culture. But from the 1st of January, as I have already said, we will go through some changes. And now we are going to speak about these changes. So we have first kind of investment, direct investment. And direct investment has 2 options. The investor has to deposit 1 million euros on one of the Portuguese banks, or 350,000 minimum investment on venture funds with profit of from 3 to 5%, more or less. Then, which changes we are going through? So, the sum of 1 million euros deposit on the one of the Portuguese bank will increase to 1,500,000 euros. And speaking about venture funds, this sum will increase from 350,000 euros to 500,000 euros on the same conditions. Then we have business investment. If the investor wants to start his own business in Portugal, there is an option of a foundation, his own company in Portugal, with creation of 10 job positions and maintaining it within next 5 years, obligatory. And the second option is good for those people who don't want to start their own company. So it's possible to invest 350,000 euros to already existing company. And it's necessary that the company invested maintains 5 job positions within next 5 years. And it's also important to say that our company can also be one of that companies that can be invested in. And we make a contract where we say that we obligatory have to maintain 5 working jobs position in our company.
And we will give 4% income for investor. And after 3 years, we'll give back the money. Not after 5 years, but after 3 years.
In our case.
Yes, in our case, in case of our company.
And here we go. Next, so how the rules are going to change from the 1st of January 2022. The first option of foundation, the company stays unchangeable, but the second option goes through some changes. So the minimum sum of investment to the existing company goes from 350,000 euros to 500,000 euros. So it means that still this year it's possible to use the option of 350,000 euros. Then we have investment in science or cultural heritage. In this case, it's necessary to invest 350,000 euros in scientific research or 250,000 euros in cultural heritage. How it will change? Starting from the next year, from the 1st of January 2022, investment into scientific research changes from 350,000 euros to 500,000 euros. And investment into art support stays the same, it doesn't change. And we're going to speak about probably one of the most interesting parts of investment in Golden Visa program in Portugal. According to the Golden Visa program, there's a real estate investment. Here we have two options. First option, 500,000 euros minimum investment in realty independently of its category and location. So it can be anything. Or 350,000 minimum investment in realty located in areas of rehabilitation or building that have more than 30 years. But if the investor wants to have 20% discount, it's possible to make the same investment, but in the areas of low population density. So instead of 500,000 euros, the investor invests 400,000 euros. Instead of 350,000 euros, we are talking already about 280,000 euros. Then, from the 1st of January 2022, we will have a little bit different rules, some slight changes. So first, we have here 5,100 minimum investment in commercial property in general, or 350,000 minimum investment in commercial property in located in areas of rehabilitation or urban rehabilitation. Or you have 20% discount if we are talking about the same buildings or properties located in areas of low population density. And here we have already changes. Here we have residential property and commercial property, which we didn't have this division before. According to first option, 500,000 minimum investment in residential property in territories of the interior of Portugal, Azores, or Madeira, or 350,000 minimum investment in the residential property in the rehabilitation areas or in properties that have more than 30 years. But these are already the rules for the next year, starting from the 1st of January 2022. This year, you still can invest according to the old, more comfortable rules. In short, from the 1st of January 2022, the regions of Porto, Lisbon, and the coast of Portugal will no longer be eligible for investment in residential property. And for the residential property, but it will keep the same for commercial property. Commercial property will stay the same. So if the investor wants to invest in Porto, Lisbon, it's possible to invest, but just in commercial property, not in residential. Residential property is everything inside the country. So Lisbon, Porto, and all coastal part of Portugal won't make part anymore of the Golden Visa program, starting from the 1st of January 2022. And also it's possible to invest in territories of Madeira and the Azores. It will be also included to the low population area. Here you see maps of interior of Portugal on the left side and low population density area map on the right side. And now we are going to speak about why Portuguese Golden Visa is so popular, why it makes it to be so different. First of all, the investor has a fast residence permit acquisition, about 8-9 months maximum. Also, it's not necessary to stay all this time in Portugal. The investor has to stay just 14 days per each 2-year period of residence permit. So possibility of applying for citizenship already after 5 years. The investor first receives the residence permit for 2 years, then he has to receive it again, and already after 5 years it's possible to apply for Portuguese citizenship. Portugal also is the only European country where with such low investments it's possible to apply for citizenship practically without living here, just 14 days per 2 years period. Portugal allows double citizenship. Thus, the investor can keep first of his own citizenship. The investor can apply for residence permit for all family members. And not just, and for also for parents. Let's imagine that an investor has a family of 5 people, and all those people can apply for a residence permit in Portugal, apply for Golden Visa in Portugal. Also, Golden Visa in Portugal gives the possibility to study, to have state high-level health insurance, to work in Portugal officially, or to open here own business. Open circulation in all Schengen area. The investor can invest oneself or as a company. Then it's possible to buy 1 or 2 or more properties. Let's imagine that we're talking about 350,000 euros. And the investor can choose 1 or 2 properties that will meet the requirements. So it can be one apartment, let's say, for 150, and another apartment for 150,000 euros, and another apartment for 200,000 euros. Let's imagine. That's just one of the options. It's not necessary to buy just 1 property. 2, 3 or more investors can buy the same property if each invests the minimum amount foreseen by the program. For example, a house that costs 660,000 euros, 2 investors can invest the same necessary amount and apply for the Golden Visa in Portugal on the Rule 350, for example. The non-resident can apply for a mortgage in Portuguese bank. Portuguese banks give mortgage for non-residents for about 30 years, depends on the age of the investor, up to 70% of the total price of the purchase. And the percentage of the percentage is about from 1.5% to 3%. Then the investor can rent the property right after purchase. It's quite, if we talk about Porto Lisbon area, it's always high possibility to rent it all year long. Possibility to sell property after applying for citizenship or permanent residence. Already after receiving Portuguese passport, Portuguese citizenship, the investor has a right, is free to do everything what he wants with his own investment. And most important, you can make an investment and apply for golden visa remotely. Here in our agency in real estate Amber Star, we have specialists who can carry all this process professionally without you spending a lot of time, and we can help make all the documentational process and find a property for you. And also if you want to rent the apartment or the house, we have specialists who can do also this kind of business, so you don't need to stay in Portugal constantly to control the process. Also important to say that great level of education valid in any European country. Good quality, high quality of life, good climate, good gastronomy, good wine. We have high level state health insurance, and I think probably at this difficult time it's very important. Portugal is the third country in the world with the lowest criminality, and it's also very important part. Non-residents can, we have already talked about that non-residents can apply for a mortgage in Portuguese banks. And here in Portugal, we have protection of property rights regardless of citizenship. And of course, tax incentives of retirement age. And before we talk about properties, I would like to say that our agency, Real Estate, Amber Star Real Estate, has a database of properties, apartments, villas, developments, buildings, lands, commercial, residential properties, vineyards, hotels, everything. And now we are going to speak. I would like to tell you about just some projects which we are running now, which we have now. So let's proceed. So here we have a development project on Gonçalo Cristóvão Street. It's situated just in the center of Porto, has a very good location, 350 meters from the main metro station of the city of Porto. The construction planned for started ready, on January 2021, and is going to be finished in 1 year on January 2022. Here we have 9-story building with 16 apartments of the type T0 and T2. The investor can use it for its own usage or rent it. And in this case, we also can do the service. So we have specialists who can do that kind of work, who can rent it, who can help with renting. And in this case, our agency gives from 9 to 10% of yearly profit minimum. Then we are moving to another project. Firmeza Street construction is on the final stage. This building is also situated in the central part of Porto, a little bit further than the previous one. It's about 1,200 meters from the center of Porto, but still it's quite central, so it's easy to rent. And this building has just 5 apartments. This is 3-story building, apartments of the typology T2 and T1. There are 3 apartments of T1 and 2 apartments of T2 with, and 1 is duplex. which has a price of 350,000 euros. The previous development and this one are projects of reconstruction. So they meet the norm of 350,000 euros. The investor needs to invest, in this case, just 350,000 euros to apply for golden visa. And we're talking about properties in the center of Porto with high rentability. The construction is on the final stage and it will be finished already this year. In autumn, it's almost finished already, yes. You can see how it looks inside, how it will look inside. And now we are proceeding with loft commercial residence in Lisbon. The loft is located in Alcântara, that's part of Lisbon. The construction is going to be done. Is going to start on the third semester of 2021, and we will finish in 24 months on the third semester of 2023. The owner receives 3% of the yearly guarantee income within 5 years. And the owner has a right for a free stay during 8 days in low season and 4 days in a high season, and also 25% of 25% discount for staying during 2 weeks in any hotel of the chain of the operating company. Okay, and this project has 86 apartments that will be a 5-star hotel, and that's also a reconstructional project. It was before an old fish fabric. Now it will be 5-star hotel. So this building also meets this development also meets the rule of 350,000 euros. And here you can see the style of the apartments. And here we are moving already to spa hotel in Algarve, Lagos. So here we have hotel suites with the price ranking from 169,000 to 239,000 euros. That a spa hotel. That's also a reconstructional project. This building has more than 30 years, so it also meets the 350,000 euros position. What we have here also, we have here great position. It's located next to one of the most beautiful beaches in the world, a very famous beach, Praia de Dona Ana, and actually it's close to everything, to the city of Lagos and to other beaches. What else? The construction is planned to be started in October 2021, and it will be finished on 2023. The owner receives 7% guaranteed yearly income within 30 years. But already after 5 years of the operation of the hotel, the owner has a right to sell the apartment, and the hotel can buy it, or it's necessary that exactly hotel buys the apartment. Now we are moving to resort residence in Algarve with 5% of the guaranteed income. That's a resort situated in the land. We have here. We have here a territory located just in the middle of nature. The resort is surrounded by golf courses, and that's a place for people who That's a place for people who are searching for quiet time. Sorry for this noise. So it's enclosed by beautiful nature, and still it's easily accessible from Faro Airport, and it's far away from the noise. And the owner gets 10 weeks per year to stay free. The hotel has everything on its territory, so the investor doesn't need to go to the city. It has spa, it has bars, restaurants, and beautiful nature, golf courses. And still, as it is situated in Algarve, it's possible. It's not very close. It's not very far away from all places of interest. And now we are talking about luxury residences in Lisbon. The construction has to be started on the start on the second semester of 2021, and will finish on also in the second semester, but 2022, so just 1 year. It offers prime location with riverfront apartments. Building has spa, has fitness bar, has private parking, has its beautiful garden, and swimming pools. One of each is on the roof of the building. I will show you next. The building, the apartments have a view on the river Tejo, famous river, famous Portuguese river. Okay. It had also just a little bit we'll say about this residence, that it has a 3% guaranteed yearly income during 10 years, or 5% of the yearly income guaranteed within 5 years. So the investor can choose one of the options which are more comfortable. And the contract of the exploration is made for 20 years. And in 20 years, the owner has a right to leave the apartment for its own usage, or to renew the contract with the operation company, and can stay 4 weeks per year in this hotel for free. Yeah. Once again, our company, Ambastar Real Estate, has the database of apartments, houses, vineyards, hotels, commercial spaces, lands, residential and commercial properties. And we are working with trustworthy lawyers that always keep us updated according to all the changes in Portuguese law, so we can always help our clients to proceed with all the documents, and to proceed with all the appliance very quickly, and without big stress. Here we have our information, and we are here to make your life easier. And now, if you have some questions, you are welcome.
Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you for a lovely presentation. We do have some questions ready for you. And I must say, these kind of returns are very attractive, and I'm sure they will attract the audience as much as they attract me. Going on with the questions, we have a few questions here. The first question we have here is that what are the additional charges on top of property price?
Sorry, can you repeat?
What are the additional charges on top of property prices?
Yes, additional prices are taxes. And the taxes in each property are very different, because they depend on the price of the property, on the location of the property, and whether the property is situated. And also each investor has to pay for
There is a tax for advocacy. advocates, and for the golden visa
itself
also.
And it also depends, the price for golden visa also depends on the number of people who are applying on it. So if the owner has just 2 people in his family applying, it's one sum. And we talk about 5, 6, 7 people in the family, is really higher price, of course. But this year we had just one of the last cases. There was an apartment which costed 350, about 350 or 360,000 euros, and the taxes were between 10 till 12,000 euros.
Great, great. Thank you so much for the detailed answer. We have another question here where a gentleman or a lady is trying to ask that can we get residency with one property? The family is of 6 people.
Of course, yes. If the property meets all the requirements, the investor can apply, can ask for residence permit for all family members.
It includes investor, his wife or husband, children, and the parents.
Great, great. One more question we have here is that do you provide a ground support if I come to Portugal to buy property?
Sorry, I didn't hear.
Ground support if a gentleman comes to Portugal to buy property.
Yes, we are helping in all the process from the first meeting. We are doing everything. We are first of all, we talking with the client. We want to know what the client in what client is interested. We have properties to show, and we are accompanying the client with all the documentational process till the end.
We meet him in the airport. And yes, we help with everything. Yes,
from
airport to airport.
His first step in Portugal till he receives already Portuguese citizenship.
Great, great to know that. We have another question here that what are the requirements needed for mortgage eligibility for foreigners?
It depends, of course, on each situation, but if we talk about golden visa, the investor has to, first of all, invest the necessary amount which requires golden visa. Let's imagine that the investor has chosen the property that cost 1 million euros, but that property also is is in reconstructional area.
Yes, or has more than 30 years.
Yes. Or has more than 30 years and situated in low density population area. And in this case, it meets 350,000 rule. So in this case, the investor has to make a first payment of 350,000 euros. And for the rest of the sum, 650 is possible to ask for mortgage, the bank mortgage.
So a mortgage and a golden visa can be applied together.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
Great, great, great. Okay, one more question we have here is that about the citizenship program, we apply after 5 years from golden visa.
Exactly. Yes.
After citizenship application time, do we need to stay for 14 years, 14 days as well, or is it a different rule?
It's necessary to stay 14 days. It's obligatory to stay during 14 days within each 2-year period of residence permit. So first, after purchasing, the investor receives residence permit for 2 years. Then it's after 2 years, it's necessary to prolong it for more than 2 years. And then once again for 2 years. And within each 2 years term, the investor has to stay obligatory 14 days in Portugal. But it's not like each year, it's in all 2-year period.
Well, 2 years periods, and I would actually elaborate the question answer here as well a little bit. That after you get the citizenship, after you have a passport, a Portuguese passport in your hand, it is not required to stay. Have a
No,
If you have a passport, you can stay. You cannot stay.
It's not
Do what
necessary.
you want.
Yes, you are free.
Correct. Correct. One gentleman joined late, sir. You can always view our recordings on YouTube. We also would like to welcome our YouTube viewers. We have about 150 viewers right now. With that, thank you so much, ladies, for the lovely presentation and the answers. Whoever we could not answer right now because of the shortage of time, you will be contacted by presenters, and you can always ask your questions, and we will be happy to resolve your queries. Thank you so much, ladies, once again.
Thank you.
Lovely presentation. With that, I would like to invite our next presenters who are representing Feria DC from Washington, DC. We have with us two amazing gentlemen here, Mr. Eduardo Arnal and Mr. Juan Sales. Mr. Eduardo is a senior professional with 15 plus years of experience in operations management and project management. With a degree in master's degree in supply chain management, he is also has a degree in maritime law and business. Joining him is his colleague, Mr. Juan, who is a chef and entrepreneur with 15 plus of years of experience and is currently running a successful restaurant with over 60 employees. Hello, how are you doing today?
Fine.
Hello,
fine.
Abdul. How are you?
I am very
well.
well. How are you guys?
Thank you for having us today again. Let's begin so our audience don't get bored.
Please, exactly.
If you don't mind.
Already have a few questions for you ready, but we will definitely answer all those questions after your presentation. So over to you.
Great. Well, we're presenting today our Feria DC project. It's as Abdul just said, is located in Washington DC. This is I mean, we have been developing this project for several years now, and we hope really much you like it. Okay. Okay. Basically, what this is all about, it's the time to dream big. I mean, by big we mean the EB5 program. Okay, EB5 means employment based, and it's the world's most desirable U.S. immigration investment program. It is administered by the USCIS, which is United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. Okay, I'm going to give you like a very quick perspective of what this program and the presentation is about. You can get the green card in 18 months, approximate. You can be eligible to become a U.S. citizen after 5 years of getting that green card. The investment required for the program, this is by the program, is $900,000 in our case. Okay, we will explain further down our presentation. And our interest rate is 5%, which is really great for EB5 projects. This will be paid annually for a 5-year period, and after this, you will get your money back. And now I'm going to leave Juan to tell us a little bit about the EB5 investor program. Juan, please go ahead.
Hello, everybody. As Eduardo said, the EB5 investor visa program is an employment-based visa created to stimulate the economy and job growth. It provides foreigners to become permanent residents and obtain a green card just by investing the $900,000 in a project in the USA. This is actually the fastest way to get the green card. So a lot of people prefer it because of that. After that, after five years of having the green card, you could apply for the U.S. citizenship. So the U.S. citizenship is only an investment away. Next slide, please. The benefits of the program. So the investor will have unrestricted employment options. So basically, you invest, you get the green card after 18 months, and you can do whatever you want in the USA. Work, not work, work in another state, whatever you actually want. Okay, your green card allows you to live here in the USA as a resident and to be wherever you want. You don't have to be involved with the project. There you have a greater chance for college admission because you will have your residency. You will have the opportunity to travel freely in and out of the US, and these benefits are eligible for your entire household. So your wife and all of your children under 21 who are not married. Next slide.
Okay, let me take it from here. Okay, I want to discuss the basic requirements of the program. Okay, the investment amount is $900,000 if the project is located within a target employment area. This is what is called a TEA. If the project is not qualified as TEA, you will need to invest $1.8 million. So it's double the amount we're offering. It will have to create that investment has to create 10 full US-based jobs from that amount. Okay, and of course the investor must demonstrate that the funds doesn't come from any criminal activities or unlawful acts. Okay, these are the basic requirements. There are several other that they're minor ones. Of course, one of them will be a background check, and then the funds come. The funds are have been visible, and you can trace the funds to wherever they come. I mean, it's fairly simple. The most important things are these three. So if you're interested in participating in the EB5 program, we can gladly set up a call with an immigration attorney and set you up with this. But really summarizing this, the EB5 program is your path and the quickest one to the US green card. Okay, so let's dive a little bit into the project we are developing. Okay, Feria is basically a property business, a real estate business that will be serving as launchpad for chefs and food startups. It will provide food entrepreneurs, and kitchen entrepreneurs an exceptional opportunity to refine their concepts and interact with the general public. Okay, it will provide retail space for food services. Let's name them restaurants because that's what they are. Also provides operations and systems infrastructure to multiple subtenants in a format we've called culinary hall. Indeed, it's a culinary hall. It will have everything related to gastronomy and more. Okay, it will be also full service, so food will be taken to you. It's not like a regular food hall or anything. Okay, it will also be a first-class incubator concept. Okay. It is located in the Washington, D.C.'s downtown area. It will have 8 fully equipped kitchens with chef-driven, high-quality culinary proposals within a casual and modern setting that it will try to emulate the European market environment. I mean, we really like the vibe. I live in Spain, and here in Europe, we have this markets that are lovely places to visit, lovely places to have food, and everybody loves them. So we really want to bring this to the United States. Okay. Okay. Let me go over the market segment. Okay. But yeah, it's this concept it's part of a surge in sharing economy businesses such as Airbnb and Uber. Okay. Culinary halls like Feria have become the fastest growing retail niche in the food industry, according to several industry magazines. Okay. And really seriously important. What is that make us different from other EB5 projects? There's a very fast time to market. Okay, so this means you get your permanent green card faster. There are great returns. Okay, to considering that this is an EB5 project, solid performance. The project it's predicted to perform awesomely. Okay, and at least 90% of the space will be occupied to start. Remember, this is not a restaurant. We are leasing the space, so 90% of it will be occupied at the moment we open. Okay, this is the actual building. As you can see, it's already finished. It is our space is that space you see in front. This in front of the tree. It's already waiting for us. The building is in the process of being occupied with the rest of the tenants. But I mean, that's our space. You can see, you can actually feel it that there is just waiting for the project to start. Okay, And of course, we have an exceptional operating team. It is myself, as Abdul said, I'm a senior professional with 20 plus years experience in operation management. Also, I've been involved in this project since conception and behind the development since the beginning. Juan, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, so I'm actually a chef and an entrepreneur. So basically been working for the last 16 years in food service and that area. I graduated from Le Cordon Bleu in Paris and the École Hôtelière de Lausanne in Switzerland. I founded and ran a business which in Venezuela, which we opened in 2003. It's actually a full-size restaurant with several points of sale. It's a family business, so I recently left it to focus myself completely on Feria.
Awesome. Let me tell a little bit about Michael, our other partner that lives in DC. Okay, when it comes to starting successful restaurants, Michael has been there and done that. Okay, he's perhaps known for his role as founder and managing member of several iconic DC restaurants. I don't want to get into the name of each one because there are many and we can spend the whole afternoon here. Michael went on to serve as restaurant division president of Centerplate Inc., which is a 1.2 billion contract food service company. Also, he's part of the board of the DC Convention Center. He also runs a hospitality DC-based consultancy, and he's an emeritus member of the board of directors of the National Restaurant Association. So he's very experienced on the industry. We also have a partnership with Christopher Janou, which is founder and managing partner of Janou Afrique. I mean, Christopher is our partner for EB5 Africa. He's also investing in the business, and he has been focusing his business in developing hotels and hospitality and businesses in the South Africa region, also in Zambia and several other countries of Africa. But those are his main markets. Okay, Juan, please go ahead.
Yeah, so we are actually specialists in food and beverage and logistics and operations. This is our first EB5 business, EB5 project. So we decided to partner with the best in EB5. We're working with Saul, Ewing, RC, and Lair as our immigration attorneys. We secure the contract with NES Financial. They are going to be handling the EB5 funds administration. And we are working with two regional centers, Causa out of Puerto Rico and EB5 affiliate network out of Washington, DC. Next. So I am going to talk about how Feria makes money. So the two more important revenue centers of Feria are actually licensing. We are a rental project. So we are going to rent 16 spaces for chefs and retail stores to offer their projects and interact with the public. We're going to be charging a fixed rent and a percentage of sale, and we are going to handle all the liquor sales. We are going to operate the bar, and all sales are going to go through us. There are also several revenue centers, which as incubator offerings, catering and event, and sponsors and advertisement and mentoring. We will also be handling and centralizing all of the deliveries and pickups. So clients will be able to order products or food or plates by each of the kitchens and points of sale, and they will all go out under the Feria brand. So centralizing the delivery, licensing, and the operations of the bar. Those are the most important revenue centers of Feria. Next. So I'm going to talk about the investment opportunity. So the capital needed to develop this project is $8.4 million. It's distributed as fast follows: 7 EB5 investors of 900,000 each. We will be paying each investor a 5% in annual interest rate paid at the end of each year. Okay, 1.7 million raised in friends and family, and $400,000 as a commercial investment. These funds are going to be used for project building and construction, and startup funds and working capital. We also secured a landlord commitment after the construction. So when all the construction is finished, the landlord is gonna pay us $1.67 million in cash as a tenant improvement allowance for all the improvements we did to his property. This for an expected job creation of 174 jobs. We actually need to create 70 jobs for our 7 investors, and we're creating 174. So we are very, very comfortable in that aspect. Next, Eduardo.
Okay. Yeah. Let me go through a little bit. I mean, this is a summary of our prospective P&L. I want to get too deeply into this so our tenants to get bored or they run away. As you can see, Feria has a very good return, and it's perfectly capable of delivering what we promised. As Juan said, on the first year, we're getting 1.67 million from the landlord's cashback, and that makes our numbers go into the green or into the black very, very fast. So we will be saving this to pay back our investors. Okay. Hold on, please. Wait, sorry about that. There.
So I'm going to talk about the project status and milestones. Construction is due to start in April 2021, so in a couple of months. Liquor license has been already granted. This is a very fast time to market project, so construction and setup are expected to be 6 months. We secured a lease at a trophy location across from the historic Carnegie Library building. This historic building has just become the US biggest Apple store, and is bringing a lot of crowd. It's actually a beautiful place. Our building's co-tenants include Apple Inc. They also have offices in our building. They leased 1 floor. Baker Botts Law Firm leased 3 floors in our building. Equinox Gym is on the 2nd floor, and WeWork leased another 3 whole floors.
Awesome. Let me discuss about the downtown DC. Okay. Within a 15-minute walk, we have these numbers, which are great. Okay, almost 34 years of median age, which is younger than the US average. A lot of millennials. Population has been growing steadily since 2010. More than 100,000 employees, which is great. Specifically, if we are targeting lunch and dinner, of course. Average income, it's quite nice. There are more than 7,000 hotel rooms. It says 6,774 hotel rooms, but by the time we're open, there are going to be a couple new hotels around the area. So there are going to be more than 7,000 hotel rooms around, which is, I mean, 7,000 hotel rooms are prospective clients, waiting just to come into Feria. There's also 217 annual convention center events. That's across the street from us. There's also 220 annual Capital One Center events. Capital One. We're going to see the map and we're going to see what goes on there. Capital One Arena is right here, and it's where the basketball and the hockey team play. So it's 3 blocks away, and there are 210 events there every year. Apple Store is across the street, and this rendering is made from the top of the convention center. So you can see we're basically across the street from each other, and the convention center is huge. It has hundreds of events a year, and it's full of people every day. There's also City Center DC, less than a block away. City Center is a Norman Foster developed project in DC that has. It's a very high standard residency construction of building with the best shops around. Okay, you can see it here in the map. You can see that there's Sadi Voltaire, Hermès, Canali, Paul Stewart, they're Chanel, Dior. All of them are in city center. So we're basically 1 block away from this place. So basically, we are focused in one thing. And remember, we're setting up a business there. Just very 3 important words, and those words are location, location, location. That's what we have, the best location in the city. And as you can see in this past slide, you can see the Capitol on the back, and the White House is very close to. Okay, I want to go over our operational strengths. Okay, this is our first EB5 business, not our first business whatsoever, but our first EB5 related business. So we want to make sure that our investors are not just part of our project, but also they feel confident that they're not just to get their visa, which is one of the important things of this program, but also they're going to get their money back. Okay, we have a successful experience, an experienced colonel chef and hospitality professional, which is one of DC's most experienced restaurateur, which is Michael. We have the best technology available for restaurants. We have an excellent location in DC with continuous traffic all year long. You just have seen where it is. I mean, it's perfect. Okay, we have one of the best PR firms in the country, which is the Brand Guild, and they're going to help us using many techniques and especially social media to have people making lines outside our premises. One of the most important things is that we have minimal operation involvement in each restaurant. So remember, we are not a restaurant business. We are basically landlords with a liquor license. So there are very few things more profitable than that. Okay, and we're also experts in operation management in the restaurant business. So basically, we're 3 guys developing this beautiful project, and as I said before, we want to make our investors part of our project. So you can contact us and ask us how is your project going, and how is everything going up. And even if you just feel to come into DC and visit the project, you can just sit and have an afternoon with us, seeing what's going on and having lunch. This is our contact information. So we will be distributing this, as Abdul said before, but please feel free to reach us and ask anything you want about the EB5 program or the project. We're happy to help. And of course, we're happier if you join us in this amazing project. Well, that has been all. Thank you for listening to us for many minutes, and we hope to hear from you very, very soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you, gentlemen. Lovely presentation, lovely information. I believe after all this pandemic and everything, America is definitely one of those countries who are going to bounce back very quickly. And what else but the capital to invest in? So all power to you guys. We have a few questions here for you, ready for you.
Sure, sure away.
Yeah. So the first question is that I'm in Lebanon and I have a master's degree in law, married and have 1-year-old daughter. I wish to make business in the States. What is the way to do? So I think we just gave away.
Yeah, we're just giving you basically the best way. And why is it the best way? Because you are going to be able to do whatever you want. Okay, as long as you want. Once you're there, you can do what, again, as one said before, if you choose not to work because you decided that you wanted to go back to school, for example, you can do so. If you go, for example, for using other programs like the H-1B program, you can go and you just can work in your business. You have no options. You cannot work for somebody else. Or you cannot work freelance. You have to dedicate yourself to your sole business. Okay. With this program, the most important part is that you are on the path to the green card and the path to citizenship, which is very, very, very sought after. I mean, that's what if you go to the U.S., that's where you want to be. I mean, you wouldn't want to go to the U.S. just to guarantee yourself 4 years and then you have to go back home or you have to renew your options. I mean, the best way to do it is get on the path to the green card.
Great, great. We have a few people who are raising hand here. I would request you to write your questions in the Q&A section. It will be easier for us to answer your queries. Our next question here is that can I invest in the USA and open a bank account and file all these legal papers entirely remotely, or do I have to travel there?
No,
you can do the filing for the project and the investment remotely. If you want to open a bank account, I think you have to come to the States. But the filing and the investment, it can be done remotely.
Also, if you, for example, as a gentleman before said, he wants to move to the U.S. and practice law there. But if you, for example, have a successful business at home and you want to stay at home running your business, you can do so and even get the green card. You can invest and then move whenever you like. There are some, let's say, requirements. You have to go to the U.S. once every 6 months. You have to stamp your passport and you get, like, demonstrate you've been there. You can also ask for an exception of this, so it can be even longer than 6 months. But you can stay at home. If you want to invest and then send your family or your children to university or college or whatever, you can do so, and you can stay at home running your business or not. I mean, you can choose to do whatever you want. If you can, you can travel, or you can move and run your business from home and go back and forth. That's your choice. You can do whatever you need.
Great, great. If you can kindly repeat the cost, the investment cost, please.
Sure. The investment for this project is $900,000, and let me go over. Let me stop a little bit there. I want to explain why it's $900,000. That's the amount required by the government, not by us. Okay. The government requires that this amount is invested if the project is within a target employment area. There's a lot of job creation need in the city in Washington DC still, and they have lowered the required amount, so people get more interest in developing projects in this area. If you go to a regular project, you're probably going to get 1.8 million minimum investment, okay, which is basically double the amount, and it's a big amount of money. So this is a great opportunity, but then I mean, $900,000 is great, and if you can do it, I suggest you take it immediately, or you make a decision very, very soon, because the program is going to suffer some modifications done in June. So if you are thinking about this, I suggest you move very, very quick.
Great. Thank you so much for that. In Lebanon, we currently have restrictions on transferring US dollars to outside Lebanon. So can you explain how can this gentleman transfer the money outside during this?
Actually, I don't know about local restrictions in Lebanon. I'm sorry about that. But if you want to invest, you will probably, I mean, the best way to do it would be to contact our attorneys, and they will handle your paper. They will have to do one thing they have to do is that they have to guarantee that you are a qualified investor, that the source of funds are okay, and then they can let you know how is best depending on your local law. I will have to go into into the local Lebanon, or maybe get an assistance from an attorney and get back to you and ask about how best to do that. Okay, but
Yep.
I suggest you, the first thing to do is get in touch with an attorney. We suggest ours. We have several attorneys that can help you out. You don't have to choose any of them. You can go with if you have an attorney that you have how you say, that you have at hand, and you feel that those attorneys give you good service, go with them, no problem. But we also have a great team. Actually, Saul and Onsen and Learn are one of the best, and they handle thousands of these a year. So that's one of the reasons we are working with them. But we can set up a meeting with them at no cost whenever you want.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I actually think
can help with that.
yes, I actually think that can be something that can be solved by the lawyers with no problem. So
Yeah. Your a gentleman is asking for attorney's contact details. So if you can just send me us a WhatsApp message, or when you will be contacted by the presenters, we can discuss that in details. You're
Sure.
free to send a
yeah.
WhatsApp. We're invited through, and we will be happy to guide you along with that as well. Thank you so much for your question. A couple of more questions quickly. Would you accept a bank account with $900,000 in it? So I'm sure the gentleman is trying to ask that what should be the minimum bank balance when they're applying.
Yeah.
Well, $900,000. Yes, that's the investment we need.
I'm not wrong.
Sorry, I lost you there, Abdul. Can you repeat?
Yes.
If I'm not wrong, it has to be somewhere between 900,000 to $1 million minimum.
I mean, no, there are some costs that the investor has to cover. And those costs, I mean, it's separate from the investment to the project. I mean, those costs usually they are around $50,000. That's an administration fee that it's charged to each investor. I think we can look into ways to minimize that as much as possible, so our investors don't lose money over to some other bureaucracy step. But then the only amount of money that we are using is investment, and those has to be just 900,000.
Perfect, great. One last question we have here is, what is the time required to stay in the US until we get the citizenship? I think it is one of the most asked questions.
The time required, you don't have to go to the US. Sorry.
You actually need, to apply for the citizenship, you have to have the green card for 5 years, and you have to live, I think,
30 months, if I'm not wrong.
30 months during those 5 years, and then you will be able to apply for the citizenship.
Yeah, that's 2.5 years. So that's very easy. I thought you were asking. Sorry about that. I thought
you have to live half of the time. Yeah,
approximately.
Approximately.
So much, gentlemen. Thank you for such a lovely presentation and answering all those questions. To all our audience watching us right now on Zoom and YouTube, I would like to thank you for staying with us and listening to us. I know you still have a lot of questions. Please feel free to ask us those questions on WhatsApp. You can send us emails, or you'll be contacted by our presenters directly, and you can ask those questions directly to our presenters as well. Before we finish, this is the best time to invest in US and Portugal. Portugal program is going to be changed very soon, and prices are definitely going to go high. So please focus on your investments right now. If you want to be in Europe, this is the right time. This is the right place. Ambassador is your perfect choice for that. If you're looking forward to go to US and settle in US, Feria DC is one of those projects that is in middle of Washington DC with one of the highest returns and one of the best futures. So I would wish all of you very good luck. Please don't forget to like us, subscribe us, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. We have shared all the links with you through WhatsApp earlier. We are happy to share them again as well. Thank you so much to all our presenters. It was a lovely evening.
Thank you, Abdul. Thank you for your
Thank you.
time. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Take
Thank you,
care,
Abdul.
everyone.
Ladies.
Bye, everyone. Bye, ladies. Have a good day.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.